Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we're gonna play some ASHE Frostbite Midrange. It has been a minute since I've showcased this archetype on the channel, and that is because Go Hard was a thing. And as I did mention in my post Go Hard meta video, which I uploaded a couple of days back, this is one of the winners. ASHE Frostbite Midrange has been an established archetype that has been evolving little by little ever since the open beta days, but it has been, like I said, established, has been relevant, competitive, and consistently good throughout all seasons. But recently, it fell off the face of the planet, and you could just not see it ever in ranked all of a sudden, even though it was very dominant in the European Masters, for example, right? I do talk about this in the last video, but turns out Go Hard is an atrocious matchup for ASHE Frostbite Midrange. Like we mentioned, featuring that article, they said a 30% win rate for ASHE players if they queue into a competent Go Hard deck, or incompetent as well. These numbers represent the entire ladder, right? So, you know, you got all sorts of players in that mix. So basically a very, very bad matchup. Close to unwinnable if you're facing a competent player, and therefore a good reason to put ASHE in the bench. You know, she was washed up, has been, out of the loop. Unfortunately, I cry every time until the dev gods came and they set things right as they nerfed Go Hard significantly. Actually, I've not run into a single Go Hard deck ever since. I haven't been playing that much, though, to be fair. Like, I did not upload a video yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and just real quickly clarify this. Like, from this point onwards, I'm not gonna promise you guys daily uploads. I'm done doing that. I should have stopped a while back. I'm in a specific period of my life in which I am thinking about other things as well. Like, this is, you know, my entire life does not revolve around my YouTube as of right now. You know, I want to keep it going and everything, and obviously I do rely on it and everything, and I love doing it. But I have a very, very important project that I'm working on, and I will, when the time is right, I will let you guys know what it is. It's a big thing in my life. It's a decision that, you know, it's a bit scary, but it's also very exciting. And like I said, I will share when I feel like the time is right. I'm sorry for the tease and everything, but I do kind of feel like I need to give you guys at least this half-assed explanation as to why all of a sudden I am not as consistent as I used to be, right? You know, there's a reason for everything, and if there's anything to say, you know, I'm not slacking, like quite the opposite. So yeah, having that said, like I said, I will keep videos going, but I won't promise the daily uploads anymore, so that way I won't feel as terrible for missing one for you know, whatever reason, right? So back to the deck tech. Like I was saying, we have this variant of ASHE Frostbite Midrange with Riven and Sejuani. We are actually running Riven. I wanted to try out Riven a little bit before, you know, discarding her from the mix. I'm not too impressed by Riven in this deck, to be honest. Like, she's okay. I messed around with several different variants of this. I saw one that was built by Den. Den was actually the winner of the qualifier, I believe. Yeah, he was the winner of the qualifier for the first version of the qualifier, the seasonal qualifier for Legends of Runeterra at the end of last year. And he's a very good player and very good theory crafter and deck builder and everything. You know, props to him. Having that said, I absolutely hated his version of Frostbite Midrange. I thought it was really bad. Like, I thought all of a sudden I'm flaming him. But honestly, it was pretty bad. Like, he was running Starlit Seers instead of Trifarian Glory Seekers. And, which, first of all, it makes sense in the sense that, you know, that deck was probably built taking Go Hard into consideration, right? That's why he slapped out or he took out the Glory Seekers and put in the Starlit Seers. So you don't have as many units that are vulnerable to Go Hard, and I can understand that, but missing out on the Challenger from Trifarian, like, this card is so reliable in the early and in the late game as well. The fact that it synergizes with Trifarian Assessor is so neat, and we need that interaction. We need to be able to combining Challengers with Frostbites is super key, and because Shadow Owls is so uncommon nowadays in the ladder, there's not that many pings going about in this meta. You know, there's a lot of Demacia, there's a lot of, you know, there's Lee Sin, there's even, like, There are variants, obviously, of Ezreal Draven running around as well, but not all of them play Static Shock, you know, and we do run a full set of Troll Chant. Like, Trifarian Glory Seeker puts in a lot of work in this deck and is infinitely better than Starlit Seer. I did like the concept that he came up with, though, because Starlit Seer, the reasoning for it in this deck was because, I'm going to hover over the card because you don't know what I'm talking about here. Starlit Seer is this one right here. Starlit Seer, whenever you cast a spell, grants the top ally in your deck +1/+1, which is really nice when you're playing Riven and she's getting you a cheap spell every time you get the attack token, right? So that was the reasoning behind that. But ultimately, the lack of interaction, missing out on Trifarian Glory Seeker is a massive blow to the deck, and I would not encourage you guys to try that variant. I already have done so myself, and while there's a lot of very neat theory aspects to it, ultimately, I can guarantee you this is a better version. So this deck is pretty standard. We're still running Riven. Like I said, I'm not super convinced on her, but I do want to try her out. There is an argument for just taking her out and running a full set of Kylie Tavern Keeper and stuff like that, because this meta, we're seeing quite a bit of aggro, right? So Kylie Tavern Keeper does really make a difference in those matchups and does give this deck a fighting chance against them, right? Which is why, you know, like, I'm not super sold on Riven, but the same reason you're not super sold on Sejuani either in this deck. Like, the one champion that is a necessity for this deck is ASHE. Everything else is just a matter of debate. Like, I may end up going back to, like, the one-off of Katarina in this list that I really like to play in the past, as I feel like this is a decent meta for that as well. But this is my variant of it. Ultimately, we have one Captain Fair and one Sejuani at the high end. We have 2 Reckonings, 2 Harsh Winds, 2 Flash Freezes, and 2 Brittle Steels as our burst speed Frostbites. We got a full set of Calling Strike because Calling Strike is just downright amazing in this build. A full set of Troll Chant because OP Combat Trick is OP. And Frostbites with the Ice Veil Archer right there. Full set of Ephemerals and Hearthguard. A couple of Babbling Bergs alongside triple Trifarian Assessor for card draw so that we do not run out of gas. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the deck list right there. Hopefully you enjoy the games that I got for today. I got some pretty varied matchups and some really good games, honestly. A lot of meta decks as well, so very important matchups to acknowledge and to learn from. And yeah, I think you guys will enjoy today's video, though I may be a little bit biased. So yeah, if you do, leave a like. It's free. Free is good. And I'll stop talking. Have a solid day. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, let's play some ASHE as we run into Lee Sin. Round 1. Now, there's a matchup that is pretty decent for us, actually, especially if we see the likes of Trifarian Glory Seeker in our opener. So, we're going to go ahead and mulligan away one Icefield Archer and one Reckoning, because this is the one matchup in which Reckoning doesn't really do much, because, I mean, if they don't have a deny, it does, but you always have to assume they have the answer, right? So I am going to keep the Trifarian Glory Seeker, though. Like, she's definitely going to shine in this post-go-hard meta. I could play this and then that, but I do want to use this, yeah.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
I don't mind him having 1 gem.
Locked and ready.
He could have used the gem to try to counter us here. I'm not going to attack. Because I want to make it so that if he does want to develop something, like, first of all, I do still have a Troll Chant, which I can use to pick off his board.
Enter, traveler, and stop staring.
I'll cut them apart. You are mine.
I get a hit off on him, and I get to pick off their mountain goat.
All the world on one arrow.
Whee! No.
Pretty clever. Should I prioritize the Rime Fang Wolf or the Trifarian Glory Seeker? I think Trifarian Glory Seeker.
I need just a moment.
Just because Trifarian Glory Seeker, like if he has some cheeky combat trick, this 4 health Mountain Goat will survive my Ramfang Wolf, while the 5 attack from Trifarian Glory Seeker makes it so that even if they do have something like a Pale Cascade, it still will go down. Naturally, I do give my opponent the opener to... I'm going to play the Ramfang Wolf as well, to basically start threatening a lot of damage, but also have a challenger that can deal with something else as well.
Glory, face me.
At this point, I don't care if he has a way to preserve this or whatever. Like, as long as I get this huge hit off on him, that's what matters. What do I play? Troll Chant? Troll Chant. Troll Chant is fine. Completely fine. We still get him down to 8. As we're building up towards an attack here to kill him next turn. We have a very nice board with a very nice draw there in the Troll Chant. My opponent has not even played Lee Sin yet. Ah, man. I want to keep this Troll Chant available at all times, but I'm gonna pass. I know he can't afford, like, he's too afraid of.
The future, I see purple.
I would like to play Averos and Hearthguard, but the reality is I need to keep this Troll Chant enabled.
Celestial power.
Surprised by this attack. I will definitely be looking to trade into the Mountain Goat here. Interesting. So, a block here.
These are our lands.
Over there.
We're gonna block like this. Bait him. Okay, yes, he accepts it, right? For 1 mana, they can't play anything, so they could still have something like a. They could still have something like a Concussive Palm, though. Let's play it smart.
Our strength is yours.
Let's develop you. There. Sure thing. Sure thing.
I fight with my spirit, not my fist.
Winter take you.
Shut down. Our banner will lead the way. Get knocked the fuck out. No Averos and Hearthguard, aka Hearthstone, Mr. Hearthstone. No Mr. Hearthstone Roastline. I cry every time. Alright, I don't know about you, but I like starting off a video, you know, whooping some Lee Sin. One of the reasons to play this deck, honestly. Alright, let's go for the one. Start off with Lee Sin, and now we queue into arguably the worst matchup. This is not bad at all. But the problem with this hand is that we have no 1-drops anyways. I'm gonna keep this. Even the Averos and Hearthguard. This is a good curve. We can still just lose before we even get to play these cards, but that's just how it is. We have no health gain in this deck. Maybe it is worth considering, like, running some health gain because of this matchup. Because I honestly don't expect to win this. This deck is a little bit too fast for us. It's like the one matchup we gotta be very wary of. I do wanna kill this, but I wanna scout first.
Who's ready to wreck it?
I'm gonna knock that Battlecaster out. Also, maybe encourage my opponent to like I could play Riven here, but I am very much.
Party has arrived. A chill in the air.
In position.
Now we're cooking.
So if I block here, give him another axe. I need to stop him from generating. Could they have a survival instincts and a Poro cannon in hand? Like that's the only thing that makes sense to me, you know.
I will unite the Freljord.
Could play Riven, which has more health, but I'm gonna develop ASHE. I need to start applying some frostbites, working for the level up, and working for our own win condition here.
Time for the main event.
The problem with this axe is that it can allow the opponent to trade into that, but
Show me a target.
if he wants to do that, that's fine. Like if he wants to use an axe onto this, we prevent a lot of damage this way. We get rid of this, we get rid of an axe plus a card in his hand. You know, he doesn't necessarily have to have another discard fodder, which means he's trading several cards for ASHE here. And that's not going to happen. Instead, he's going to resort to the Scrap Scuttler. He could have a vision.
Ready.
Definitely expect the axe here. Yeah. We get rid of a rummage.
Time for the money maker.
This is a very good trade for us.
Unify the tribes.
Very good trade for us.
Let's do this.
I would like to troll chant here. To eliminate Draven. I can play Riven with troll chant backup. As much as I would love to drop this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I mean, is it better to just, I could just like
My life for Avarosa.
lose this body and develop the Avaros and Hearthguard, even though Riven can help me. Like, I like this better, I think.
We fight for one Freljord.
Rules are made to be broken. Like buildings. Or people.
You should try blinking sometime. The trap is set. Avarosans, stand together.
Seems like we may be getting close to dead, boys. We finally get a hit off.
Help me good. There's a... I'm on a roll. I was born in battle. And
We can't take we can't take no more damage at this point because these rockets are going to be dealing a shitload. So we are in. Oh man, really? Oh yikes. Okay.
Immerse yourself in the
All right. Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess. I mean, like, I'm not implying my opponent got tremendously lucky. They did get lucky, but you don't need much luck in that matchup. That's a very, very uphill one. Like, you can discuss incorporating some kindly tavern keepers. It depends. Like, if I'm facing that deck quite a bit, honestly, I think I should. Since I feel like I'm gonna run into that deck more often than not. So I do want my Tavern Keepers. I think I'm gonna sacrifice, like I said, I need to sacrifice some 3-drops here. Or enhance my number of 3-drops, rather. I'll go with a couple of kindly Tavern Keepers. I feel like I need to go 3, though. Riven doesn't feel all that amazing. But it's kind of like the... Fuck it, dude, I'm running 1 Riven. Let's go 2 and 2. I just don't feel like this is ever going to be enough against these aggro decks. But it's better than nothing, at least. I don't like automatically losing to a deck, but Runeterra is a little bit like that right now. It's very matchup centered. And no matter what I do, like I feel like if I'm playing this archetype and I run into that one, oof, it's a tough day for sure. All right, let's go for round 3. Okay, so now we face the slower version of the deck. Really intrigued for this matchup. Honestly, I want to keep 1 Icefield Archer. I'm going to keep the Babbling Brook as well, just to make sure that I don't run out of gas. But I do very much like that Avaros and Trapper on curve. Brittle Steel is also neat. Like, the problem with my 2-drops here is that they're not the most resilient, right? Both of them have 1 health, which means they are extremely vulnerable to removal. But man, I love these.
The party has arrived.
Party is arrived.
Let's boogie.
I mean, I can just brittle. What if I brittle steel here? That's fine. I can just do this. These axes will be annoying, though, without a doubt.
The trap is set.
I mean, Avaros and Trapper galore. Get some card draw off of that, but he's not able to. I would like to try to Culling Strike this now, but to be fair, I'm gonna lead off with an attack first because I can bait stuff like Whirling Death from him, but I don't expect those kind of plays. I was gonna keep I gotta keep good track of.
Let's see all of it.
It's a good enough attack.
This is gonna hurt for you. They walked around.
I'm gonna Culling Strike this, Ezreal. I should be drawing into my Yetis like now, like literally like now, and I kind of want to just like gang up on them.
It can't be.
Because 1-mana 5/5s are pretty damn resourceful. Reliable. Probably the term. I really like this triple Avaros and Trapper in this particular matchup though, because it's gonna allow me next turn, like, I'm gonna have 6 mana, right? So I could potentially Babbling Brook into 2 of them. Interesting, okay, so setting up.
Took the bait.
Setting up a Ravenous Flock, I would assume. 7 cards left in hand, so still many resources available. Oh, okay. That'd be a Nox and Guillotine.
What did we catch?
I'm going wide. Alright.
Behind you! A Yeti! Yetis? There's no such thing.
He may be setting up a Nox and Guillotine for all I care. He doesn't have the mana to like abuse it here. He could be setting up multiple Ravenous Flocks. The question is, how many Ravenous Flocks does he have, right? Like, if he has 2, then this attacking is going to be hindered quite a bit. Yeti attack! Again, I'm expecting like a bazillion Ravenous Flocks here. Like double Ravenous Flock into Mystic Shot, something like that, right? But he needs to take into account like cards like Troll Chant as well, right? Will he respect those cards, or will we just tap out here? Scorched Earth. Okay. Just taps out. Alright, let's get rid of you. So we can preserve the board, at least. Scorched Earth.
Many tribes under one banner.
We're gonna play the Avaros and Hearthguard. Gonna keep our 2 mana play in the back.
I need just a moment.
So I do want to develop the Glory Seeker now. Yeah, that's fine. Better than to have her die to like a Static Shock, for example, right? We want to play Yeti.
You own what you take.
I'm through waiting. You gotta believe me. Need my word. Time for the main event. A true Fagorian welcome.
Tri-Beam hits us pretty hard there. Hopefully doesn't have another one in hand. It would be pretty nice to draw into like a Trifarian Assessor at this point.
A chill in the air.
I'm gonna play the Iceville Archer,
All the world on one.
and then I'm gonna try to set up the ASHE here.
Aggro, stand together. I'll lead us to victory.
Right now we represent lethal, so they have to axe something or eliminate something at fast speed. I don't like being this low on gas though. Trifarian Assessor would have been amazing here. Oh, barely living, okay. Okay. We get the Crystal Arrow. Our opponent knows this. He knows what we have here.
I got ways to finding mushrooms.
This is the power of an Iceborn.
Yes, okay. He does the axe, so he can still technically block.
Our strength is yours.
We're gonna play another Avaros and Hearthguard. We're going in. Making our deck as beefy as possible. Whoo! Let's take it home, son. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Stand together.
Avarosan, stand together, bitch! Oh, he's fishing. Oh, this is a cool game. Come on, baby. Attaboy! Attaboy! Nice.
Now begins a new era of peace.
From Gohard. A new era of peace. from Go Hard. Feels good, man. We lost to the discard aggro, but we were able to beat the easy Draven, which is really neat because that is actually not a good matchup for us. So that feels pretty good. Not a great matchup for us, not gonna lie. I'm gonna drop 2 ashes. We'll see how this goes. I don't want to have so many ashes in hand, even if they do convert to flash freezes. I do want to keep the Iceville Archer, even though it's not amazing in this matchup because of Misfortune. Barring that, it's a good defensive play, right? Unless they open attack with their 1-drop.
Nothing like the stink of blood.
Which could be the case if they have more Jack Butchers, right? Could definitely be the case.
Explosives primed.
A true Freljordian welcome.
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp.
Careful when you point that tail.
Captain's orders. Bullet.
I'll protect the villages.
Alright, 1-drops galore. Okay, we do have you.
Come on in.
Come on in!
For the Empire. For the glory of Noxus.
This one's on the house.
Alright, Tavern Keeper, can you help us win this one?
Routes closed.
Okay, that's good.
Duty, Empire. I never miss.
Dude, how many 1-drops does this man have? Like, literally his entire hand is 1-drops.
They'll never see it coming.
Let's talk about your dad.
I could Calling Strike here, but I'm actually just gonna block like this because I'm gonna preserve Calling Strike as more of a...
I need just a moment.
I'm gonna play you. I want to keep the 3 mana in the back.
All the world on one arrow. Keep up, keep up. As the arrow faced me.
What's that you got there? You poor thing.
Interesting.
Right here. Continue without me. No prey, no pay. You own what you take.
I'm gonna play Sejuani.
Finger on the trigger.
Leave no survivors.
Mwah. Missed.
Line up.
Eh.
Winter, take you.
I'm gonna develop the Iceville Archer here. I'm down to 10. Definitely not great numbers to be in, but
Cut them apart. You're mine.
we're just 1 more attack from winning. We have to survive 2 turns.
Your king has returned. Dead men tell my tale. Barrel. Break their legs.
I wish this was a flash freeze and not a harsh winds.
Show them our teeth. one's the wiser.
Explosives! You wanted wrath.
9, which means I can develop. I could go Avros and Trapper and Babbling Burg and trying to get a 5-drop there. I just don't.
You earn the right to call themselves Trifarian.
Fighting's a bloody business.
My aim is true. Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Coming in hot!
Swiftly now.
Moving into sight.
Sure about that?
Damn it!
Man.
Barrel! I promised a bloodbath. I'll show him pain.
No backing down!
Survive on 1, but this Jack kills me. God damn it. Oh, man. Alright, let's see how we face off against Ephemerals with Grand Plaza. This is an interesting one, for sure. Do I want to see the Reckoning? I think I definitely want to see Calling Strike. I'm gonna keep the Reckoning. Okay, so in what scenarios can I actually utilize the Reckoning? It's not really that great in this one, right? I mean, especially, it doesn't feel like a great count. No, I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna drop the Babbling Brook. I'm gonna keep Calling Strike and ASHE. I do feel like Calling Strike can definitely go a long way. We have some bad draws, though.
I will unite the failure.
I just no 3-drop. I just kind of like want to get out of this game and start a new one because I didn't really get a game here. Are you gonna try to glimpse beyond? We have the Calling Strike, but I don't want to, like... I don't want to resort to it just yet. I want to wait for them to commit.
Yeah.
Or this.
Winter take you.
This feels really neat. I'm gonna Calling Strike here. I don't feel the need to develop that.
Carved from the savage cold. Ride onward.
I get to rack up the okay. I get to rack up the Frostbites this way. Next turn I can potentially draw 2 cards off of this Trifaring Assessor. As ASHE and Sejuani stick together here.
Few earn the right to call themselves Trifarian.
Nice. I mean, that's the easiest brittle steel of my life, boy. Yeah, Grand Plaza is not that bad when you play Sejuani and Ashe. Especially Ashe. Like, Frostbites against Grand Plaza is really good.
Stalling.
Enough stalling! Was gonna make a communism joke, but let's go with this. That means upon attacking next turn, we will level up Ashe. We're gonna develop the we don't mind.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
We still have Troll Chant in case they have something like a Withering Whale. But sir, we're going in. Open attack, by the way. Open attack 100%.
Stand and fight. I'll lead us to victory.
Because they can just play one of their ephemeral spawning spells and create a bunch of units at the same time. But now we go for an open attack here. And we got it!